from your BeatStars revenue, you were in the like 5 to 10K annual range. And then this year, you're projected to do over 6 figures. Was there something that you did differently that this year was the reason why your growth has been displayed, a lot more prominently?
Less to do with me and more so the marketing side with BeatStars Promote.
BeatStars, the foundation, the precedence. We flying flags in every city, global residence. And we killing off the masters. Ghetto slave driving bastards, we making hits faster than you could think. We're on the brink of revolution. All my indie music makers, here's your restitution. We got the game in a chokehold. Not paying the creators is a no-no. I got the smoke road for all the fam bam.
Guys, I'm here with a special guest, man. I'm here with a BeatStars young gunner that's been making a lot of noise on the marketplace. He's moved all over the freaking country. He's been living everywhere, but just doing an incredible job, providing and building a music business on BeatStars that's actually really unique. And so anyway, I just wanted to welcome Dakota Parker.
I appreciate it.
To hang out with me, man. I'm BATSHON, and this is like a little impromptu swing interview.
Yeah, it's good, man. Great.
How are you?
Dude, I'm really good. Past few years, it's been I don't know how much I should share or could share.
Share whatever you want.
I think it's important though, the mental health aspect. Being young nowadays, growing up on the internet, it can be tough, like comparing to other people. And I think when I stopped doing that as much, it just got a lot better, I made a conscious decision this past year to really focus on the marketplace.
We just had some lunch and you shared some really cool experiences through your childhood, man, that really like a lot of cool little milestones that led up to kind of forcing you into this digital world, but it started in the analog world, man. And I was just curious to like, where did your love for music come from? And just kind of give us a little backstory on how it all came together.
Yeah, my dad, he was always playing guitar growing up, and he was just walking around with the guitar singing songs. And I remember distinctly just like all these different songs that he would write. And he just kind of I inspired me, and I gravitated towards drums when I was really young. And my parents got me a Walmart drum kit, and I just started playing drums on that. And then they took me to an instructor, and he was like, hey, you should get this kid a better drum set. And so they did. And I was super grateful. It was this really sick Yamaha set. I saw a video of Martin Garrix.
Oh, Martin Garrix.
And he was he was on FL, and he was talking about how he made just this hit song in his classroom. And I was so inspired by it. I didn't know what FL was. I didn't know what Logic was. I had like a MacBook Air for school at the time. And so I got Logic first. And it was shitty, man. I was ass. Like I remember playing beats and my mom was like, yeah, that's good, but it was awful.
Right,
it was horrible. We were talking earlier about like decade, 20 years ago, there wasn't that resource like YouTube of like tutorials like Nick Mira, Internet Money and that stuff. In 2016, 2017, they really just like shared everything. And so I was like, let me go all in on this. I learned about BeatStars. I learned about all of it. And I was like, you know what? I need a couple years to like get better at it before I started uploading stuff. So I spent like 17, 18 just learning. From the beginning, I was like, let me start and treat it like a brand. Because if you don't treat it like a business from the beginning, it's not going to be a business. So I started with the color scheme, with the logo. I've always done that stuff. And I think it resonates with people because when they see something, it doesn't have to be what I do with the color and a logo. But when you have something that's unique to you, it creates that brand recognition. And I've had, when people do say like, oh, I like the colors or something, like I appreciate it because it's something I consciously thought of. Yeah,
I'm going to get into some of the details on your branding, your cover, your art, your artwork, what you've done to really like set yourself apart. I feel like some of the stuff that you create is really, really simple. It's like you actually create billboards, like really eye-catching billboards on the marketplace. You talked about like what led you to the platform a little bit and some of your like original goals, but Did you ever like imagine that this could become like a real primary source of income for yourself?
I'll be honest, I did because of other people.
Okay.
Taz Taylor on Twitter in 2017 posting his PayPal statements.
Right.
I was like, you know, I don't know if he inspect elemented those on Chrome and changed it, but I don't think he did. He was making bank, bro. And it was inspiring. I was like, I knew from the beginning that it was possible. Right. Not saying that I knew I could do it.
Yeah. But there was someone you could point to that is in your space and you're like, oh, it's possible.
Yeah,
it's possible.
That's a big thing is I think I did know from the beginning because people were sharing.
Man, I miss that era of BeatStars and online beat selling. There was something about that 2015 to 2018, 2019 era. It was special. It was really special. It was like so under the radar in terms of just like how impactful, but you started to see the signs of like, whoa, hit records are being made on the internet now in a flurry. And I was like, where's this going to go next? Then you start thinking about the gradual growth of just our industry in general, and you starting out literally, and probably that prime moment where beat selling and licensing beats was starting to become more of a mainstream topic. Because there was a time prior to 2018, 2019, all those years where it was looked down upon by like the
tight beats and stuff.
Oh yeah, it was looked down upon. Like the industry producers didn't respect it. The major labels didn't understand it. And so it was a confusing moment for young producers like yourself, because it's like, I kind of want to be in the industry, but I also want to be my own entrepreneur and set up my own business. I'm kind of conflicted and confused. And luckily, thank God that, you know, our model surpassed all of the misconception out there. Yeah. How would you describe your sound and style?
Trying to make things that people will buy. Honestly.
Yeah.
If I'm being real, like growing up, music's been such a core component. And I think like making full songs has always been my passion. And beats has honestly been like for money, like just being real. Like I never really cared about being in the industry. I never looked at it either way. I kind of looked at it as a business. Yeah. And I've always called it like the online beat selling industry, because it, you know, like you said before, it wasn't looked at like that, but it's an industry now, you know? It's something that's come together where it's rare where you can have a business where your money isn't associated to time, right? Like I'll make something, put it out, and then it keeps going, you know?
How do you find out what people want in the first place? Like, how do you know when something that you make is going to be like a viable product that could be sold?
Part of it is just enjoying music and like seeing what's popular. I don't want to say I just did it for money and like didn't enjoy it, because the stuff I put out, I got to like it to put it out. That's kind of my rubric for it, is like, at some point, I'll always critique my stuff afterwards and be like, I'll make something and be like, I didn't like it. But if there's a brief moment where I liked it, and I'm sure you can relate, we're talking about recording music, like, you know, you'll make something and in the moment, it's the sickest thing you've ever heard. And then maybe the next day you're like, what was that? But if you had you have that moment with something where you like it,
there's something about it.
Yeah. Then I'll put it out. Yeah. So that's my like rubric for it. But it's also in terms of like actually finding what's popular, I'll go on like the charts and see what style. And if I see a bunch of like, oh, R&B is doing well right now, or like specific artists, but kind of the top charts on BeatStars. Yeah, because you're
kind of your indicator of where the sound is going commercially, because it's the charts. I mean, those are the beats.
What's selling.
That's the beats that's selling.
Yeah.
How deep do you go into the charts? Like when you kind of like do your own little study and analysis, do you actually go in and listen to a lot of the top charts beats, or do you look at the tags? Do you look at the price points? Yeah. What is it that you're like analyzing on the top charts the most?
Probably analyze like the top 100.
Top 100.
But usually like top 10 really, because I want to see what's really selling. Yeah. And then I'll look at the sellers that have built something where you might see a single beat go up and it's doing well, but I pay attention to what's lasting. And I'll pay attention to their pricing, how they structure it. And I'll be honest, over the past like year, I've been like adjusting my pricing, trying to figure it out, what's going to work. And I think that depends differently for different people. Some people have built-in audiences that they're bringing, and so they could maybe charge more, whatever it is. But I'll look at their pricing, their branding, tags, descriptions.
Every producer has like, maybe I'm not say everyone, but the successful ones that drop a lot of music, they always have these like outlier beats. You know, they always have these like beats that are kind of anomalies that sit in their catalog that are just like a big portion of their earnings. And it's also like a big draw into the rest of their catalog. It's kind of like the dish that the restaurant is famous for.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's like, it's the one everyone comes in for. It's the one trend that people gravitate towards.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to see which beat of yours is the one that you felt like that's had the most activity, engagement, that in your catalog you like cherish the most.
Probably the one I cherish the most is probably different than the one that's the impact. I don't know what the cherished one, I'd have to think about that. But the one that like is that for my profile is On My Way or OMW. That one just
I think that's the one I use for
100%. Which is funny because it was the first style, that first time I made that style, the Cash Cobain kind of with the different bounce with like that really heavy bass. And it just stuck, and that seems to do well.
You know, I went back in time and looked at some of your annual revenue since 2020 or 2021, and you've maybe you were doing other things outside of BeatStars at the time to generate revenue on your beats, but from your BeatStars revenue, you were in the like 5 to 10K annual range. And then this year, you know, this year has been like your most impactful year. Like you're projected, and if you don't mind me sharing, like you're projected to do over 6 figures. Was there something that you did differently that this year was the reason why kind of like, you know, your growth has been displayed, you know, a lot more prominently?
Less to do with me and more so the marketing side with BeatStars Promote. Because December was when the feature, the bid change, where you could adjust the bid when that came out. Right. November, I got paid for that song, and I don't know if we'll talk about it.
We'll get into that too.
But then I used some of that budget for Promote, and then December, January was kind of building it up, and then it just kind of went from there.
You had something happen to you where the BeatStars Publishing team and the creator rights agency at BeatStars was directly involved in helping you clear and collect on a pretty big song that was that used your beat. And talk a little bit about that, and then how did that trigger the journey into Promote?
I had this song that did well or this beat that did well on YouTube, and artist ripped it, and I knew about it for a while, and I tried to reach out to him, and I just couldn't like get in contact, and the streams kept going up, and I was like, okay, well now this has like 50 million on Spotify, this has like SoundCloud, YouTube, total it's got like 100 million. I'm like, there's some money there, and I didn't know about I knew about publishing side, like BeatStars Publishing, but I didn't know the creator rights agency. I reached out to them, and it was like the whole legal team, and we just got in an email chain, and they were fast, man. I mean, they sent an email to him, and he responded like that, because, you know, an email from me, he just ignored. But then when it was like lawyers involved, it was quick. And so we spent like November just kind of going through the negotiations of like, well, there's back-end royalties. It's been years that the song had been out. So
these are master sound recording royalties. So if it was years ago, there was probably not that much publishing royalties to collect on, right? So
yeah, because it's probably black box.
Right. So these were sound recording royalties, and you were able to go back in time historically and contact the artist with the BeatStars creator rights agency team, and they were able to secure what I don't know,
48,000, 49. Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
I remember the exact amount, actually. I'm not going to pretend. It was $48,668.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember it exactly.
Okay.
I had negative $30 in my account at the time, so I remember it distinctly.
And that one check, or that one transfer was more than you ever earned yet selling beats online, right? Out of cumulatively.
On BeatStars, I had
On
made
BeatStars.
on
different platforms you were doing
Yeah.
it. Okay.
yeah,
Got it.
I 2019, 2020 did well on YouTube and other platforms, and then I got burnt out. That's more.
Yeah.
I do want to talk a little bit about the mental health. Maybe we could do it later.
No,
but
talk about it now. Let's go.
Okay, cool.
Because I think it's important, it's like, man, entrepreneurship is peaks and valleys,
Yeah, because people don't talk about it as much, and I think the
You
transparency.
get beat up. And if anyone who knows like peaks and valleys and getting beat up every few
Highs and
years,
lows.
it's real, man.
If you get lucky and you follow what kind of the standard producer advice is nowadays of start a YouTube channel, stick to a niche, keep going like that, upload daily, every other day, a few times a week, right? You may find success. There's a chance that it'll happen, but there's 1,000 other people doing the same thing, right? And if you do find that success, 6 months down the line, the algorithm might just say, fuck you, and stop. It's not viable for long-term sustainability. It's okay. I'd say if you're like just starting, like, why not? What I got lucky and I had success on YouTube with for like a year and a half ish.
Yeah.
And then I got burnt out. I was like, I don't want to upload like every day just to feed the algorithm when it's dead now. The mental health stuff, like I've dealt with it prior to making beats, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people do. Like just, you see so many kids nowadays, like growing up, and it's like this insecurity and anxiety that kind of turns into this like judgment, and then people become kind of like in this shell and super judgmental of people, or I at least did, in high school. And I had to kind of unlearn that, and just dealing with depression and medication and therapy and all that stuff. And being around family really helped. So I did kind of have a gap of like 2021 to 2024. And so October, November, it got paid for that song, and I was able to
just energized you to get back into the game.
100%. And then I just went full throttle with it and just kept going, because since then I felt good, and just only feeling better. And I just went all in on it again. I was like, I know how to do this. And but a big part of it was not, when I decided to go full throttle with it again, I decided not to do YouTube. I said, I want to do this on my terms, figure out how I can do it without YouTube. And so that was with the BeatStars Marketplace. It wasn't something I had focused on before. And that I just was like, well, that's where the audience is, and that's what I'm going to focus on.
You've proven that you can build a massive business, six-figure business, without any social media activity and relying completely on the BeatStars ecosystem, from Promote to CRA, BeatStars Publishing, and then the marketplace, and then turning within a year have turned that into a six-figure business. Another cool thing that goes like unnoticed, and you talked about it, is that YouTube is not made for beats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you felt like you were pressured to have to make like a niche type beat for your channel. And if you succeeded with it, it was actually kind of like a kiss of death, a curse, because you have to keep feeding that YouTube channel's algorithm with that type beat style. And you can never forever, unless you open up another channel with a different type beat style genre and build an audience there. But with the luxury of BeatStars, it's like, you can upload any genre, you can upload any style, any type of music. You can upload a country beat today, R&B tomorrow,
That's true,
and your profile's not going to get punished, and it's not going to be hit by an algorithm. And if it sells, it sells. It doesn't really matter. And so many producers have this misconception, like, oh, BeatStars is just a bunch of producers. It's 90% artists, bro. And people are making a living on the platform without even a social media following, without even a YouTube follow. You know what I mean? And you're proof 100%. Of that, man.
And I'm not even saying it like trying, obviously we're talking, but, and I don't mean it as an ad, but it genuinely, like, it's changed the way that I produce. It's so much more freeing, because I don't need to worry if this one is going to do well or my channel is going to die or something.
Yeah.
And just all around from the publishing side, and also the team is just really nice. Like everyone I've talked to, they care. You guys care and
Always
are
listening
evolving. Yeah,
Always.
100%.
Yeah.
And it just opened up a door of freedom of producing. Like I've tried, you know, like we were talking about what the one beat was that Cash Cobain one.
Right.
But I make whatever I feel like that day.
That's great.
And or every other day, or
you don't have to be pigeonholed on BeatStars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But to have that 2,000+% growth in 2025 compared to last year is a pretty big growth indicator, right? And you know, talk a little bit about why did you want to go 100% all in on the BeatStars system? You drive everyone to the marketplace, not the pro page, which is really different than a lot of other people, because I think you found out that driving sales on the marketplace and then using Promote to drive sales as well, you get that that little nice luxury benefit of being on the charts.
Yeah.
Right? So you get that extra exposure that's
100%.
kind of a recurring funnel. So what made you decide, I'm not going to listen to everybody that's out there about this YouTube thing. I'm going to go 100% on BeatStars.
Knowing that I got burnt out on YouTube prior, I kind of, in December last year, was like, well, I want to do this, but on my own terms, you know, and which is avoiding that burnout. And I knew YouTube wasn't going to be a part of that. And obviously, like, I think YouTube can be a good discovery tool for beats, right? But your stuff's going to get ripped. The song that the guy that I got paid for, is like, he ripped it. Yeah, it's got 5 tags through it, you know? I really just said, I want to do this on my own terms and avoid that burnout and not get there again. And so it was a conscious decision of like, you know, what's the biggest marketplace for beats? And you look at the funnel of YouTube to BeatStars and you think that's the thing, but you don't realize how much traffic there is on BeatStars. Like, that's the source. Yep. And so I don't even look at YouTube now. If you're an artist and you look up a type beat, right, you're gonna find like 3 or 4 producers who have the top beat for that category, and then there's 1,000 other producers that never show up.
Yeah.
You're betting on a system that's not like made for you. Mm-hmm. With Promote and building an audience, now I have I think last year I had 2,000 followers and 200,000 plays on my BeatStars account. And now it's over like 4 million and over 100,000 followers.
Wow.
So
it's huge.
And that's an audience that's there looking for beats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus YouTube, where it might just be people scrolling and looking or ripping it YouTube to MP3.
Would you mind sharing like how much you've actually spent this year on Promote?
I don't know the total amount. Yeah. But it's
I mean, I have it.
You do? You could share it. Yeah, I don't mind.
You've spent like $45,000. You spent like I think it was over $40,000.
You know what they say, you got to spend money to make money.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So you've at least 3x'd your investment, which is huge.
Yeah.
Which is huge.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have a good point though, of like, not everyone has money to spend, but it doesn't start with 45 grand. It starts with trying $5 a day, or like, you do need a little bit of a budget for Promote in particular, but there are ways to build an audience without it.
And I think back on the YouTube and topic, you know, they changed their terms and conditions now where videos can be altered by AI. Spotify has changed their terms and conditions where the music uploaded on Spotify can now be changed and altered via AI. Does it make you uncomfortable that some of these bigger tech companies are changing their platform policies to have more control over the content that gets uploaded there?
It's concerning for any artist or like anyone making anything. They're using it to train an algorithm and copy you and steal from you. So yeah, I don't like that at all. It sucks. There's a reason they're going through lawsuits and stuff like that, because it's fucked. It's awful.
Right. There's another thing that you've done that not a lot of other producers do, and maybe they're doing it more now, but you really are taking advantage of the collections feature on BeatStars, formerly albums, right? The collections feature with a bunch of different beats and a bunch of individual beats. They're individual tracks, but part of a collection that you can purchase with one purchase, right?
Yeah.
And I've noticed you've run some ads around collections too. You've run some ads around collections.
100%, yeah.
And I think that's a double whammy. It's a double, you hit two things with that. You win on the collection purchase, the overall collection purchase, whatever that price is, $25 or whatever that is, right? And then you also win on the individual track, because every individual track is also getting a license. So have you found that promoting collections has been one of the best strategies on using Promote, or is there another way you use Promote that you've seen some good results?
It's I think the collections tab is really growing. I think people are like really gravitating there, and I think even on the profile it's really valuable, because right now it's kind of trending towards selling a pack of multiple. And I think that just benefits the artist more. They want to know what each individual beat is, and in the collection it breaks down and they can see each one. Visual.
Everything that's inside.
100%.
And you said you've actually, like, what was the number you've sold?
Of that pack? I think over 1,000 now.
1,000 of those collections?
Yeah, just that one pack.
And how do you decide what goes into like a collection?
I just looked at the highest performing beats that I had. I would say if someone's just starting out and they don't have the data of how many sales, I would just say pick your top 25 that
so put your best stuff in the collection.
Yeah, put your best stuff. Don't you want to provide the most value for someone buying, and I just put the top 25 in there.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We see you all over the charts. That's how I found you. I licensed a track for you to use as a background.
That was sick.
For my video in Kuala Lumpur, man.
Thanks for doing that too. I saw the order.
It fit perfectly. It was great, man. Like, I was just, you know what I was doing? I was like remembering the scene of the event, just like how it felt. And then I searched for, I forget what the search term was. Or I did some filters around like BPM and vibe. I think it's a pop beat. Is it pop? No.
It's like R&B drill.
R&B drill. Okay, yeah. R&B. Yeah, I went like sexy R&B. Like,
that's what it was.
Yeah, so I was searching for like it was like a sexy R&B kind of night. You know what I mean?
Just had that vibe.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta find something for that vibe, and it worked out great. And that was like, last year, and that was the first time like I heard your stuff, and I just remember reposting it, and it was just like, man, Dakota's got some.
Thank you, man.
Some bangers, man.
I was hyped when I saw that.
You were in the charts, and I just remember you constantly seeing you in the charts, and not a lot of people understand that that's a game changer to be among the top selling tracks on the charts. Like the visibility, that's credibility too. So like when a buyer comes, when an artist comes, they wanna see what the hottest stuff is right now in the streets, right? How has being on the charts kind of like changed some of your strategy as well too?
It's huge. It kind of like putting the pack together. It was like, because I had that beat did well, and I think I put that out in February or January, and I think that one went to the top of the charts for a little bit. And then I was like, well, how can I kind of keep something on the charts? And so I was like, let me put this pack together so I can have something that stays there that even more people would want. And it has that beat in it.
Got it. Got it.
It's a huge thing. It's like a marketing tool in itself to be on there. And also like if you're on the charts for that, you're also probably ranking high for whatever terms.
All the keywords.
Yeah, all the keywords. Yeah. So all of it from
just adds up.
Showing up number one or in that category for like if someone's searching R&B, if you're on the top charts, you're probably gonna be in that search too. So it's super valuable. It's like SEO.
Right.
Yeah.
Like SEO.
Yeah.
I mean, growing 100,000 followers on BeatStars of artists and customers, like that's a testament. That's a testament, you know?
Well, it's a testament to kind of the platform and how many artists are on there, because the pack has sold 1,000 plus, but then beats too have sold thousands. And I don't say that like to talk about me, but just how much of an audience there is there. I haven't uploaded a single one of those new ones on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like I haven't done an upload on YouTube
Dude,
this year at all.
99% of your revenue is coming through BeatStars services, like on platform. That's
direct on marketplace.
yes, that's like really unheard of. A lot of people diversify, you know, they diversify. They play the marketplace game, they play the pro page game, which is still a great avenue to do with YouTube if you can figure out how to use it. I personally wouldn't worry too much about using YouTube as a free promotional vehicle because those free plays are going away. You know, the social platforms want you to pay for impressions now. It's not like 2019, 2018, you upload a beat, 1 million views. No. Those days are not happening anymore.
I can give you,
you know, but as an advertising platform where you can leverage your first party data, your customer data, your Google Analytics audiences, and plug that into the Google Ads and YouTube Ads system to drive more traffic to your marketplace profile, your pro page, definitely use it because billions of people are on YouTube and you can reach them with a click of a button.
Like if someone was starting out, I don't think I would do YouTube because you will get burnt out and
you can't make what you want.
No, you can't.
You can't make what you want
unless you get lucky. It's luck.
You're a slave to the algorithm. You know?
It sucks. It really does.
And then also, I just like the upload a day video creation, the burnout of assets you have to create, the content you have to create, you know, even ignoring completely like Instagram, right? And Twitter or any other of these other platforms to promote your music. You're not leveraging any of the mass social media platforms. And you have peace of mind, bro.
Oh, such peace of mind.
You have peace of mind. You could show up if you want to show up. If you don't want to show up, it's all good. Like you don't feel the pressure to have to be part of the social media rat race that a lot of creators, honestly, like I feel like they feel like it's a mandatory job for them where they're spending 80, 90% of their time trying to feed these social media platforms, even going live on Twitch and doing all this extra time wasted stuff.
Yeah.
When you could just be making great music that you like, you've proved that, and use a budget to just, you know, promote and market and just build a nice system for yourself.
I do think if you want to find success, you have to look at the business side. I think that's the tough thing, like as an artist or creative, you don't necessarily, a lot of times don't want to focus on the business side. But if you want to find success financially with it, it's like less of a fun conversation because like the artist and creativity side is the fun. But I enjoy the business side just as much.
Got it.
And I think
what are you doing with the free time though? Like that everyone else is wasting on social media. What are you doing with your free time?
Mario Kart World, hanging out with my sister.
Oh, that's dope, man.
Yeah, no,
family time.
Yeah,
you know?
family time, yeah.
Let's give the community like the final word, okay? So if a new producer came to you with 10 beats and a $500 budget and they refuse to use social media, what is the exact step-by-step game plan you would give them to start building a business entirely with BeatStars? They got $500, they got 10 beats. Yeah. Think about price points, think about artwork, think about setup, think about profile. Like what go ahead.
Okay, so first step is put that 10 beats in a pack.
Upload them individually first?
If they're just starting out, I would say just
just one track.
Yeah, because people want the easiest thing possible. Right. They want, if you just I would upload it as a track and as a collection.
Got you.
And do both.
Got you.
And then I would think about your branding, your name, make a logo, choose a color scheme, have a logo or a symbol.
Symbol.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then with that $500, I would do a profile campaign. To build your following, because you're going to have no following. Yeah. And social proof is important.
Following. So a BeatStars Promote profile campaign, what percentage of the budget would you put on that?
I would do that at $10 a day.
$10 a day?
Yeah.
Up to how many days? Couple $100?
That's tough.
I
would want it to run for a month. So that wouldn't last.
So lower the budget.
I would do
lower the daily budget. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe
so $150 a month. Okay.
And then I would do the collection and then the track promoted.
Both of them.
Yeah. And I would do the track is the most budget.
Track with a higher budget.
Yeah. I would actually really lower the profile campaign because I do that more for social.
So say like 10% profile, 10% on profile campaign.
Yeah.
And then you would say 50 on track and maybe more, 50% on
maybe 60.
60.
Yeah.
And then 30 on collection.
What did we say? 10%
10%
on profile. So it'd be 30 on, yeah. So that would probably be I would just keep it really simple.
Yeah.
Like if you upload your beats individually, you could do that too if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're really just trying to make money quick, I think I would just do the pack as a track, a collection, and then run your profile.
And how would you choose what type of beats to put in that pack?
That's going to depend on what are they trying to make them to sell, or are they trying to make them what they enjoy?
The biggest return on investment they can get. So the biggest bang for their buck.
I would look at the top charts, see what is popular, and then there's very distinct categories. Like I would do like a couple R&B, a couple trap, maybe like an Afro beat. Mm-hmm. You want to think of, if you're just trying to get the most return, which is kind of what I did with the pack, is like I included my top performing, but I also did a huge variety of genres so that if someone gets the pack or they hear it, and they're like, I didn't like 24 of these beats, but I like this one. Yeah, it's worth it.
It's worth it.
So
there's options.
Yeah, so you got the widest audience possible. So I'd make it diverse.
So look at the top charts, look at the top genres, the top styles, and kind of make your signature version of some of that stuff.
Yeah. Put your spin on it.
Put your spin on it.
Yeah. Cool. And then create a good graphic for it. Something straight to the point.
Your graphic on your tracks is very like straight to the point. 25 or 25.
Yeah.
It says it on it. It's actually an advertisement. You use your track graphic and your collection graphic as kind of like an ad unit, an image. Yeah. Ad unit image.
The image is huge.
So that's like a great starting point for anyone that, has a limited budget, a $500 budget, just to get started. That's the best way to start. I agree with you. Hopefully you are a decent producer already, where you can get your mixes to sound decent already.
I think that's a prerequisite.
Before you even start the 10 tracks, you better know beat making and mixing to a decent amount.
I started making beats when I was 17, and then I started uploading when I was 19 because I had an awareness that it was shit. Like, you know what I mean? And I had the business, at least, perspective that I was like, no one is going to want to buy this. Yeah. You have to look at it objectively too and think, would someone want this? You can't it's like when someone makes a song and they share it with someone, it's like, do you not hear that this is out of key? Yeah. And like you have to look at it from a third party.
And I think that's another element we didn't really even touch on actually. Yeah. Is you are a songwriter, you are an artist, you're putting out music as Dakota Parker on streaming services as an artist. And I think that's also another hidden superpower, that the best producers are actually also songwriters. They know structure, they know arrangement, they know where to bring in the right emotion on a beat, because you have to put yourself in the artist and the songwriter's shoes, or then you're never going to be able to sell a beat. I'm sorry.
People shit on pop, but
pop's crazy good.
But there's a lot. Well, there's some of that artificial plasticky sound.
Yeah, there's good pop.
No, there's good pop. Yeah. And I'm not shitting on it at all. But I look at the song structure, and you can apply the song structure of pop to trap and R&B. Right. Because pop just means popular. Yeah. And it means it's resonating with people. That's what I was trying to say. Resonating. True. Yeah. And so you take that structure and you apply it to different genres. It works. It becomes pop.
Yeah, it becomes pop.
Yeah, and pop is not, it's trap or it's R&B, it's drill.
Just whatever's popular.
But pay attention to that short intro that gets your attention, and then that buildup of the verse. And then
Make it easier for the songwriter to finish an 8-bar, 12-bar verse. And
try to rap on your own stuff or sing.
Got to.
You have to at least when you're making the beat, try humming and be like, can I even flow on this? Yeah. And then when you're building your brand, think of how an artist is going to look at you. Think of the keywords in the title and everything like that. Yeah. Because I use the platform to buy beats too. There are sick producers on there that I buy beats from.
I know.
And
I buy a lot of beats too, dude.
Yeah, it's sick, but you have to think like an artist. If you don't make your own music.
I think we need an BATSHON and Dakota Parker collab.
That'd be sick. Let's do it.
Yeah. Dakota, it was so good talking with you, man.
Dude,
Thank you for coming down to Austin and hanging out with me. Beautiful day here in Austin, hanging out at
Really
Loro,
sick,
hanging out at Loro.
Yeah, man.
Had a great conversation. So great to get into the mind of a successful producer that's on a path that is not going to be stopped. You know what I mean?
That means a lot.
You're gonna see some great stuff ahead of you. You know, we're gonna talk more about some publishing stuff later. And congrats on all your success, dude.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
It's genuinely a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Seriously, man. Thank you.
All right.